the Buse and Bees podcast. I'm Buse. Over
I'm
there
Bees.
is Bees. So when last we left, we had started a nice little superhero game centered in Miami. So we're going to try to do just another little session. And Bees, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right. So as a recap, this may be appearing like the very next week for you guys because we're a little behind on our schedule, but a lot's happened in our lives since then. I now have a full beard again. Well, mostly full. It's a little scruffy. Yeah. So let's recap. Char Pryorson is a shapeshifter, and I'm going to read through some of his history here as a recap. We did this last week. Meet Char Pryorson, meek, passive, and he has an easygoing personality. The type of guy everyone at the bank knows and likes, but no one hangs around with. So, Char got framed for a crime he didn't commit. That's you. Basically used a Superman 2 worm virus where he took like 1 or 2 pennies or more from every transaction done in the bank and amassed $1.5 million in stolen assets. And, yeah, he didn't do it. So he claims. Well, we're the narrators, we know he didn't do it. So after he went to the bank, after he went to jail, he set it up on a two-year plea deal, and the judge decided to throw the book at him, which is something that rarely happens in the judicial system. But for some reason, it happened this time. That's not even a GM fiat. Hughes came up with that himself. So he escapes on the bus, which was an escape attempt for another prisoner who may or may not be appearing at some point in this RPG. And he decides to prove his innocence. He stakes out the bank, confronts the bank manager, and somehow he was set up, ambushed, and was, what is it, sedated, stabbed, tied up, dumped in a swamp. It should have killed him. Whether it was something special about the swamp, some chemical in the swamp, or something inside of him that just broke. A burst of power came over him, and he turned into a puddle of goo. He manages to pull himself together after 3 weeks of practice with his newfound shape-shifting abilities, and which we showcased last week. As he's walking out of the swamp, someone pulls over to the side of the road in a Lamborghini. It was a Lamborghini, right?
It was a Lamborghini.
Yeah. And offers him a ride. Char uses his powers of persuasion, which are not one of his superpowers, to convince this guy to let him drive a Lamborghini, despite the fact that he doesn't know how to drive a stick. All of which was decided by the die. A lot of which was decided by the die. And then the cops pulled him over and had an entire mini-adventure between him and the police, where he stole the policeman's... Hold on, I need the right mouse. He stole the policeman's keys, his personal keys. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he made it back to his cousin Bob's. He spent some money on the boardwalk of Miami. I almost said LA for some reason. And what did you ended up buying a shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We have it down here in the notes. You have a shirt. And he has the policeman's keys, but no information about the keys. He's got 8 character points left. And he has just snuck into Bob's... Well, not snuck. He has the key, so he went into Bob's garage. Does that sound right?
Yep. And Bob's motorcycle is there because, well, we had to decide on that.
I told him if he rolled a 6, then the motorcycle was there, and if he didn't, it wouldn't be, and I thought it wasn't, but no, he rolled a 6, so the motorcycle's there.
Oh,
All right, are you ready to begin?
I am ready.
Just so the audience knows, we may have other people playing this game later with us. There's been some interest. Um, so that might happen. It might not. We might not record those sessions. I don't know. And most of those people probably won't be appearing in video form. We may not be appearing in video form. But when we do it in a big group, because that eats up more bandwidth. And we'll see what ends up happening. So you've walked into the garage, you open the garage door, walked inside, you see the bike there.
Wonder how he got this back. No one else is in the garage with me?
You are currently alone.
Sweet. I am going to take a nap. And afterwards...
I'm not sure where you're going to take a nap, because you had a little setup when you were living in the garage that no one was, and police were looking for you. But that was 3 weeks ago, and your setup is gone. It's just a normal garage now.
Oh.
It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I disappeared.
You want to lay down on the floor?
No. Give me a second. I'm just going to make a quick personal knowledge roll. Okay. I was just trying to see if my character would think of whether or not the fact that it's been multiple weeks that I've been gone. Scoping out the garage, is there a landline that's run into the garage at all? You know how sometimes people have, especially in older houses, they might have one of their phone lines running into the garage? Bob seems like a landline type of guy. Whether or not he'd put it in his garage is a different story.
Tell you what, roll 2 dice. If you get an 8, there's a landline.
Do wild dice count?
If you want to re-roll a wild die, sure.
Well, I have a 7, but a 6 on the wild die. So therefore, if the wild die counts...
That's a 13.
Huh?
You have a 7. Oh. So it's a 1 and a 6.
Yes, but the 6 is the wild die. So therefore, if the wild die counts, I have an 8. If the wild die doesn't count, then
Why do you have an 8 if the wild die counts?
Well, I'll at least have an 8, because if I re-roll the wild die, I get at least a 1.
Re-roll it, see if you hit the 8.
It's impossible for me not... Okay.
You would add whatever you get to the roll. If you get a 1,
that's
you
8.
now have an 8.
Yeah. So no matter what, I have 8. If wild die...
You probably have more than 8.
Oh, yes. You're correct. I have a total of 12.
No, there's not a landline.
Wait, what?
If you got an 8, there was a landline.
Oh, if I got an 8. Valid point. I was thinking 8 or higher. Okay.
No,
It makes perfect sense now.
I haven't heard of somebody installing a landline in well over 5 to 10 years.
Yes. I don't know how old the house is.
I don't either. So I figured 8 is... 7 is the most common roll. 8 is a very common roll. I figured there was a decent chance.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
But I wanted it to be less of a chance than 1 in 6, which I don't know if it was or not.
I don't want to freak them out. I'm trying to just think of ways I can... Alright, I'm just gonna...
Give me a perception roll.
That works too. That's what I was about to ask to do anyways. 16.
You hear footsteps, muffled footsteps, approaching the door that leads to the... So you've got a house, main house, and then a little connector. and then the garage.
Okay. It's
Probably not even 5 feet of connector, like enough to open a door into.
It's pretty much an attached garage, but there's a breezeway as opposed to directly into the house.
Right. Breezeways are important in Florida.
All right. I'm gonna give this I'm gonna give this another shot. Actually, you know what? Forget that. Powers aren't needed. I'm going to just use sneak and just try to kind of hide, just so that I can make sure that I know Bob. I'm afraid he might shoot me. So.
To be clear, in the intervening time between when Hughes and I played this game, we have not talked about Bob even once.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe once, oh, former special forces, blah blah blah, sells speedboats. Why'd you come up with that? Why not? Why'd you make the wife Chinese American? Because you said you spoke Mandarin. I figured that'd be a neat thing to tie into your character sheet. But that was about all we said about Bob.
Yeah, I'm kind of considering Bob a combination of a couple of people I know and Sam Axe from Burn Notice. So, I have an 18, by the way, for hiding, using sneak.
All right. Hold on a second. Let me roll for Bob. Or maybe his wife, Lee.
Or maybe one of his kids.
Gang and I. What did you get?
18.
All right. Bob slowly opens the door from the breezeway, slowly and quietly, looking inside. You can see from where you're hidden.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you chose a position that gave you some vantage on the door, but concealed you.
Yes.
You can see him look through the door, slowly open it, and then come around the corner, slicing the pie.
Yes.
Scanning through the entire room, and he has a pistol in a low-ready position.
I have a question.
Sure.
Since Bob has already helped me when I was on the run, do him and I have any code words whatsoever? I'm only asking. Like, my wife and I even have code words in case things go wrong, so I'm wondering.
I don't really use code words much. I'll say sure. Tell me what your code words are.
Oh, gosh.
Notice, audience, what I did to him there.
Give me a quick second.
And why? Why would you have code words? What events are you trying to...
If I was living here after I had escaped a prison bus...
Oh, I get that. I think it's very feasible for somebody protection-minded to think like that. And you worked in security officially, and he's former special forces.
Mm-hmm.
So code words aren't a bad idea.
Yeah.
But what situations would you have code words for? And
yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm even just all joking aside, I mean, I'm not going to say it on the internet, but even, like, my wife and I have one just in case anything ever bad were to happen. We've got a couple, like, only a couple just for in case someone's in the house and we know they are, but whatever.
I assume Bob would have one to let you know that the cops are there.
Yes. And that would probably be it now that I'm thinking about it. So that would not be helpful right now. You know what?
If you can think of another scenario, go for it. What else? And what would that password be?
Yeah.
Password boy.
I'm going to assume we only have one for him telling me when the cops are coming, which would make no sense right now. So I'm just going to say... I'm going to take a step I'm going to just slowly take a step back so that I'm not viewable at all, as opposed to just having most concealment and I can see him to the point where I can't see him, and say, Bob, it's Char. Please don't shoot me.
Char?
Yeah. It's been a few weeks.
Where have you been? What the... Last thing I know, you're going to meet this meeting, and I have to... And you don't come home, you don't call. I thought you were dead. My motorcycle was left abandoned. I mean, I know it's a junker, but come on.
I was actually very surprised to see it in here. And very happy my key still worked. Thank you for that.
What happened to you?
So I'll walk out now. In my pink shirt. That was your idea.
I'm not saying I don't make things hard on my players. The challenge is part of the fun.
So, would you like the quick version or the long version?
I gotta get to work, but the quick version. And you can tell me the long version tonight. Assuming the cops don't come knocking on my door again.
Well, that's a completely different conversation. But let's see. I was tied up, stabbed, thrown into a swamp, and I gained superpowers. Have fun at work.
What?
I know you got to get going, so...
You really expect me to believe that?
All right. I'm going to try to shrink, like, you know, just a partial size level, just obvious shrink.
Oh, I need the rules up for shrink. Hold on.
I got a 5.
I don't remember what that means.
I thought I just needed an easy.
I'm sure you do, or whatever it is, but I don't remember exactly what it is. I'm way out of frame right now. Hold on.
No, that's fine.
Alright, a very easy roll. What's very easy? 5's on the outside of that, right?
I believe 5 is an easy territory.
I think it's right on the border, but
yeah.
That's good enough. So you drop down, how far did you want to drop down?
Probably just like a foot height-wise and whatever appropriateness width-wise. I just want it to be noticeable, but I don't want to, shrink out of sight.
Well, it says a scale level. Let's say you drop down, unless you... 5's not a great roll for controlling.
Yeah, I'm only just trying to make it obvious that I can shrink, so...
So let's say you drop down to about 2 feet tall. Or 1 feet tall.
Shorter than I was aiming...
Scale level is about 6 feet.
Yeah. Shorter than I was aiming for, but that's fine. Bloop!
Bob cusses loudly and repeatedly and has his gun pointed at you.
I believe I said something about not shooting me.
At this point, what is her name? Lee comes running through, and she has the shotgun. Or a shotgun.
This just became a bit more awkward.
What the...
Hi.
And now they're both cussing at you and pointing weapons at you.
Can we stop with the guns?
So I don't want to try and play both of them. I'm probably gonna, normally I'm playing a special forces guy and his wife. They drop cuss words liberally. If you've ever hung out, I know one special forces guy who rarely cusses, and he only cusses when he's actually doing the job. That's it. Everybody else I know who's done anything Marines or whatever, they they make swearers blush. They make sailors blush. Um, Not really. You can't make a sailor blush, but they far exceed that, especially when they're on the job. So the two of them managed to calm down. All right, I'll play it out a little bit. Bob grabs the shotgun and jerks it up in the air. Lee does not pull the trigger, and he's like, "Calm down, calm down, calm down." And she's like, "What is that?" It's Char. Char's bigger than that. He's got superpowers. No, what the heck? What are superpowers?
Growing. And failed.
He got superpowers. That's why he's been gone for 3 weeks. People don't get superpowers.
And a 2. Failed again.
Look, this is crazy, I'll admit, but he's my cousin. We've known him years, and I just watched him shrink. So now I have a shrinking cousin.
On the third try, a 7 to grow. Back to my normal.
7 on one die. That's impressive. You grow back to your height, to your normal height of about 6 foot.
Is that better?
This is weird. This is so weird.
Maybe I shouldn't have started with the shrinking. I am sorry.
Maybe you should have given me more than 2 seconds to get prepared for this.
You didn't believe that I had superpowers. You thought I was kidding.
Well, you could have talked me through it a little bit first.
Would you
warn me or something?
Would you prefer it I turned into a dog?
You can turn into a dog.
Yeah, I can also do this. Just stretch my finger like a foot.
Oh, good. My cousin is Stretch Armstrong.
I prefer to think of myself as a bit more fantastic than that, but, you know.
I need to get ready for work.
Like I said,
I'm just glad the kids are already at school.
I was giving you the quick explanation.
We'll talk more about this when I get home. Lee needs to get to work. I need to get to work. She's free. She's still freaking out, but like quiet. Don't get caught. Are the police looking for you still?
I was going to ask you that question. I told you, stabbed, tied up, left in a swamp, been 3 weeks.
I've heard nothing since the night you left to go finish proving your innocence. I thought you were dead.
I should be.
I was holding out hope, but I thought you were dead.
Yeah, when you get out of work, we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. What, did you get picked up by aliens or something?
No, guy in a Lamborghini.
What kind of Lamborghini?
A red one?
Not my first choice, but to each their own. You gonna be good here by yourself for a while? For 8-10 hours?
What's the worst thing that can happen?
You can get killed. I could get killed. The cops could somehow find you. I could get in trouble for harboring a known fugitive of justice.
Yeah, but you could have gotten in trouble for that before I disappeared for 3 weeks.
You could actually be an alien? I don't know. I
don't think I am. But Nope, I can't make my finger glow like E.T. I'm probably not an alien. %90 chance.
You know what? Turn into a dog. I want to see it. I'll be late for work. Turn into a dog.
Okay.
He's like, are you crazy? No. He's saying he can turn into a dog. Let's see him turn into a dog.
4. Where's the shapeshift power?
It's change shape.
Change shape.
Shift appearance and change shape. I used specific terms to make sure they didn't sound anything alike.
So
Requires an easy roll to change shape.
I had a 4. I don't know. Is that still very easy?
I'm pretty sure that's still very easy.
Give me a second. I'm still not used to all this. Failed again.
Flex your dog muscle. I don't know.
Okay, an 8.
You turn into what kind of dog you want to be.
I'm gonna go with a Great Dane. Just, I'm gonna be slightly.
You turn into Scooby Doo. Only you can't talk.
Why not? I could talk when I was a blob. I could talk when I was a box.
Can. So now you're a talking dog? Alright, back into character. Wow.
Rob. And I have a ruby snack?
I've got a pup named Scooby Doo in my garage. Just when you go outside.
Okie dokie.
Actually, you can turn yourself back into Char and clean up after yourself.
I can.
I'm gonna go now.
Have a good day at work, Master.
How did you get superpowers? I mean, really, how?
I assumed it must have been something about the knife they stabbed me with. It had some, weird runes on it and was glowing multiple colors. I have no idea, Bob.
I stabbed with a glowing knife.
I was kidding about the glowing knife. I didn't actually see the knife. I just assumed it was a knife. It was very sharp. It was in my back.
So they stabbed you in the back again?
Well, they tied me up, face down, stabbed me, bleeding out. I remember kind of semi-drowning in the swamp. It was quite painful.
I'm gonna go. I'm glad you're okay. Glad you're alive. It's really, really weird.
Come on.
I gotta go do something normal.
This can't be the weirdest thing that's happened to you.
Yes. Yes, it can be. And it probably is.
See, it's that probably that gives me hope.
People don't get superpowers, okay?
One person has.
Who?
Me.
All right.
Actually, I'm still a dog.
Take a shower. Just don't make a lot of noise. Figure out what your next step is. Wow. I'm gonna go.
Did Lee leave already too?
Yeah, she left after you turned into a dog.
Okay, good. 11 to turn back. Because, of course, when they leave, it's easy.
You turn back.
Oh.
So, is there anything you want to do in the garage while Bob's taking a shower?
Nope, I'm gonna wait for Bob and Lee to leave before I do anything. They might disapprove. Actually, I am going to lay on the floor and take a nap, to be honest, because my character probably would need to.
I'm gonna need that code word. What was the code word?
Oh. Fine silver.
Fine silver?
Fine silver. Because if the cops were somehow coming in the house, you could say, honey, don't need to pull out the fine silver. I think that we're going to have to cancel our plans for tonight. Something like that. You know.
All right. So you hear the water turn on for the shower. Normal, everyday, astounding thing.
Yep.
It's not very loud. And water turns off. The door, while the shower's going on, the front door opens and closes. You assume that's Lee leaving. You're used to the routine. She goes for it first. And then you hear a knock on the front door. Actually, give me a perception check. Maybe you didn't.
16.
You hear a knock on the front door, and you hear Bob say, "Coming!" "16. That's what, moderate?"
Believe so.
All right. So you don't. What are you doing in response to this?
I think it will be a good idea for me to go back into a Great Dane form. And that's a 1. Just in case it's time-based, I'll have you let me know if I have a chance to try again.
All right. So they're talking for you. You don't know what's going on. You hear the door open. What did you get? A 16?
For what? Yeah, 16 for the
perception check.
Yeah.
Goes for about 5 seconds. You can try again.
Okay. Got another 1.
You're really lucky. Not the good kind either. So another about 5 seconds go by, and you hear Bob say, "Forgive me if I don't put out the fine china." And it said deliberately loud, "Fine china. Fine silver." Sorry.
It's okay.
And it said deliberately louder than, I forgot what the password was. It said deliberately louder than the rest of the conversation.
Okay.
You can try again to shapeshift if you want to.
First thing I'm going to do is do my best to just get into a corner and hide. So I'll use sneak first.
All right. Give me a sneak roll.
Oh, of course. This goes fine. I got 17 just on the wild die. $26.
Okay, good. You've got a 26 for any search rolls against you.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna wait to see if they come in the garage before I try to do anything, but I'll just... Yeah.
So, conversation goes on for a while longer. Do you want to try and shapeshift or anything?
Only if it sounds like they're coming closer to the garage. Or if I notice...
It does not sound that way.
I'm just gonna stay still.
Okay. Conversation goes on for maybe about 5 minutes. You hear the door close. Actually, give me another perception check from your hidden position.
$11.
Or you don't hear the door close, but it's probably about 4 or 5 minutes, maybe 6 on the outside. Bob walks into the garage by himself, and he looks around. He's like, "He left. Why did he leave?"
Me?
Where are you?
I stand up.
Neat trick. Is that part of your superpowers, hiding inside of the broken down old freezer?
Yeah. I that superpower I got after watching Crystal Skull.
Who's Crystal Skull? Is he one of the super villains you fight with? Are you a super villain now?
Indiana Jones, Crystal Skull.
Oh,
It's like the best.
I'm sorry. It turns out there's superheroes in the world now.
Yeah, but it's the best Indiana Jones movie of all time.
I don't have time to explain to you why you're wrong. Listen. The cops are looking for you. They wouldn't tell me why. They didn't have a warrant, so I didn't let them in. They wanted to know if I'd seen you. I told them, no. I said, I plead the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments. I'm tired of dealing with you. As far as I know, my cousin is innocent.
Thank you. Thank you. Food delivery.
Awesome.
Cat wants it.
Cats like food. As far as I know, my cousin's innocent. I said I plead the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendment. No unreasonable search and seizure. I'm not answering any of your questions. And not without my attorney present. That's what I told him. So, I had to repeat it to him about 16 times. But apparently they want you involved because you're involved in a carjacking of a Lamborghini last night.
How would they think I was involved with a carjacking of a Lamborghini when I didn't carjack anyone and they shouldn't have seen me? Unless...
Look, I don't know. You're the one with the... you're the one doing a Mr. Fantastic impersonation over here.
I know what it is.
That's what they told me.
What would have made them run fingerprints on that? Ugh.
Since I wasn't very forthcoming, they weren't very forthcoming. You think they got your fingerprints?
The guy let me drive it.
So at least we know you still have fingerprints. That's something.
I didn't even think about that. I'm not used to being on the run.
Okay, well...
I mean...
They didn't say anything about coming back with a warrant. I don't know what their plans are. I told them not to come back without a warrant. And to call me at work because I'm going to work before they search my house. I told them I would comply with a warrant, but they need to go get one. And I told them straight up, you don't have probable cause. So... I've gotten a lot better at dealing with these idiots because of you. You know that, don't you?
I appreciate it.
Not a skill I wanted.
I know, but, always have to practice for the unknown. So, I'm gonna need a favor before you go.
What do you need, a hot dog or something? You want some kibble, Scooby?
I'm pretty sure that as a dog, I can close the door if you lock it, and I can push it into place. But I don't think I can leave the house on the motorcycle. I'm willing to bet they're probably watching your house. There's a decent bet. I could be wrong, but if they're already here, you're my only family in the area. They're probably going to watch you for a bit.
What are you asking me for? I gotta go to work.
I just told you. Leave one of the doors open so I can walk out as a dog and then just push it closed. And Scooby will be back later tonight. I can't ride the motorcycle if they're watching. If I open up your garage and come out on the bike...
You said everything but that. You realize that, don't you?
What?
Yes, I'll leave the door open.
Thank you.
You said I can't close the door, I can't open the door as a dog, blah, blah this, blah, blah that. You didn't say, hey, can you leave the door open for me, locked, so I can close it as a
Just
dog?
assumed we were on the same wavelength.
We are... You have superpowers! You're freaking Plastic Man or something now.
Actually, that would be a closer analogy. Have fun at work.
I'll see you later. Don't do anything stupid. Bye.
Alright. Well, I'm just going to sit here and focus on turning into a... Well, Great Dane sounds good.
Okay. I'm going to let you, over enough time, it'll happen.
Perfect.
You can roll through it if you desperately want to.
I'm only going to roll once. After that, I'll just wait. And I got a 1, so we'll just wait till it eventually happens.
It takes a while, but you do eventually succeed.
Okay. Probably about a half hour after he leaves, I'm going to exit out through whatever door he left open, push it closed, and I'm just going to walk up and down the street a bit just to see if I see any cars that seem to have people in them.
You do see cars with people in them, especially the ones that are being driven. You see people getting into their vehicles, turning them on. You see people parking their vehicles and getting out of them.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Any cars that are just sitting there with anybody in them. Like, let me make a search roll. Would that be? Oh no, I don't have search. So perception roll. You know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I do. Go ahead, make a search roll.
With a 1 on the wild die, just subtract the highest.
Yeah, just subtract the highest.
Alright, a 5.
You don't see anything suspicious. That might actually be Spot. Remember that new skill we create that we never used called Spot?
Yes. Appropriate.
Why, do you have a Spot?
No, I'm a dog.
I know, but usually you only name a dog Spot if he has a spot.
That makes sense. Alright. So, realistically, I still think it's going to be a bad idea if they're looking for him, even if no one's there right now. Me riding out of his house on a motorcycle probably feels like a bad idea. I'm going to walk, trot, whatever, to the closest bus station as a dog. Avoid people as much as possible.
Alright, you're walking down the street as a dog.
Okay. Do I get to the bus station?
I'll tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a roll. If you hit a 1 on the wild die, something happens.
This die seems to be good at 1s and 6s and not much in between. 4.
Yes, you make it to the bus station without being molested.
Excellent. If the police are... trying to think of how to do this. Because if the police are looking for me, and they're going to be looking for me... How long of a walk is it to get downtown?
I don't know. That's why I have a map above to Miami. Probably about 2.5 miles.
Okay. Well,
Like the main downtown. Wait, that's not even Miami. I'm looking at Florida City. Oh, I had this thing all thought out differently. All right, I was close enough for somebody who's never been there. Um, Downtown Miami is probably about, yeah, what did I say, 4 miles?
yeah.
Yeah, about 4 miles.
Okay. Well, ain't no time like the present for a dog to get his walk in.
Who wants walkies?
So, I'm just going to let you know. I am going to head to the closest police station. And from what I can see, Miami has 3 of them. The main headquarters, the North Station, and the South Station. That's kind of where I'm heading. To whichever one is closest.
Probably the South Station, though I don't know where it is. It's just you're in the Everglades and they're south of Miami.
Okay. Then I'm heading towards the South Station. And I am going to roll my sneak because I'm going to go at a slower pace and try to just avoid people as much as possible. Because, well, I don't want the dog officer called on me.
The dog catcher, the animal protection forces.
I should get Bob to register me. 21.
All right, you're very sneaky. You get down to the police station. It takes you about an hour and a half.
Okay.
So it's been about 2 hours since Bob left.
All right. So, while sneaking, I'm going to try to find an area where I can feel reasonably safe turning back into human form.
All right, you find, I don't know where this is. The South Station.
Yep, Miami Police Stealth Station.
Well, at least it's set up on a grid. That's nice. Southwest Coconut Grove. Simpson Associates of Florida Real Estate Agency. Amazing what comes up on Google Maps. Alright, you find, there's plenty of alleys for you to duck into, or places next to, like an alley like next to a convenience store. This is not New York. These are not the dark alleys of New York. But
No, but whether it be like a dumpster enclosure with a little extra space, or a...
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's all I'm looking for. Okay, and I got a 5. Is that good enough to turn back?
I don't remember. Give me a second.
I was trying to find the difficulty numbers on Holocron, but...
Yeah, I gotta start bringing those up. An easy roll is required. I'll give it to you.
Okay. Alright, so, now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out the cop's keys. And 2 questions. One, you said they're just keys, but it's got his personal car keys on there. So, is it a standard, like, old-style key? Or is it a new-style key where it's got, like, the dongle attached to it? I say new style, they've been doing it for years, but you know what I mean.
I think we said last week, without reviewing the video, I think we said that he might have had a key fob on there.
That's why I'm trying to confirm.
So I'll say he has a key fob on there. Yeah.
Perfect. Is it an aftermarket or is it a came with it? The reason I'm asking is because if it's came with it, it's going to say Hyundai, Ford, Honda. I put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah, you have. It's a Toyota. No, it's a Chevy.
Nope, that's fine. I didn't even. But yeah, no, that's fine. I wanted to know because if it was an aftermarket and if if it was a spare key, might not have had it on there. So perfect. All right, so I'm going to put the keys down. I'm going to go back into dog form. Fail. Fail. One of these times someone's going to walk up to me. I got a 5. Is that good enough?
I'll give it to you.
Okay. I'm going to pick the keys up with my teeth.
That one I got.
And I'm going to walk towards the parking lots. I'm going to take a look. I'm going to see if I can see any signs for employee parking.
Hold on, I gotta move my keyboard around here. And it's the South Police Station of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you guys know, the South Miami Police Department is a full-service law enforcement agency with 50 sworn positions. Why are they swearing at these people? And 9 civilian staff serving a 2.5 square mile city. The full-time residential tri-ethnic population is approximately 10,500. The number of people served and protected by the SMPD is much greater due to several factors. Huh. See if I can find it on the map. Doobie-doo.
And yes, everybody, I came up with this idea while we were playing last time. If we didn't have to end for the night, I had this planned already. Because I'm a little bit weird when it comes to gaming. As B's gonna test.
Views, you should probably bring this up. It's 6130 Sunset Drive, South Miami, Florida.
I know. I've got it up. I'm on the Miami Police Department site. That's how I knew they had.
Do you have the map up?
No, I just have their addresses up.
Bring it up in Google Maps or Bing Maps or whatever kind of maps you want.
Oh,
because when we'll both be looking at the same picture, and you're near a couple of really key things like the hospital.
By the way, everybody, this is one of the cool and annoying things about being in an actual real-world place. Cool, because you don't have to make your own maps. Annoying because, well, that's more that the GM can use to you. Against you.
Oh, remember the Transformers game we did set in Worcester, PI? WPI in Massachusetts.
Yes.
You only ended up blowing up a nuclear reactor. I don't know why you give me a yes.
Okay. There we go. Perfect.
There's a quarry next to it. That's hilarious.
Where's the quarry? I don't see that.
Go north and across the street. North and a little bit to the east. It could just be a business that got demolished or something, but that's a lot of demolishing right there.
I do not see that at all.
Alright, so you see the South Miami Police Department.
Yes.
You zoom out a little bit
Mm-hmm.
so that you see the block it's on.
Yeah.
Go across the street, 72nd Street to the north, and you'll see Plot 2 Sushi Thai Tapas,
I do
the
not.
Metro South Senior Apartments, and then across the street from that to the east is the Max Cycle Fitness bicycle stores, and just a big, that entire block is demolished.
I don't see a 72nd Street.
Are you at the South Miami Police Department?
Yeah. 2200 West Flagler Street.
No, I'm at 6130 Sunset Drive. Am I in the wrong place? Is South Miami different from Miami?
I'm at Miami Police South Station.
Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Coming up with all these plans and everything already, too.
I was going to say, I see the Burger King and the high school baseball field. And the bilingual preschool.
Which one was it? 2200 West Flagler Street?
Yep.
Alright. Some of the dumbest stuff.
Sorry, Bees.
It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. I see the pizza place. Pizza place is probably where you shifted shape, as it were.
So so you're looking at what, Pizziola?
Yeah, Pizziola to the southwest.
Okay, so if you follow the southwest 1st Street to the northwest a little bit, where it goes back into Flagler Street, the Burger King's right there.
Oh, I see it. That's a little ways away. Okay, so you're asking about parking situation with police department.
Yeah, actually, it looks like that's not going to be much of a problem. It
Nope.
doesn't look like they have like a parking garage or anything at this one, so...
Nope, it's a little fence in between that and the Presidente supermarket.
Alright, so I'm going to kind of strut around the parking lot looking for see if I see any Toyotas.
Chevy. We went with a
Chevy. Sorry. Strut around the parking lot, see if I see any Chevys.
So, I'd say it's about noon now.
Mm-hmm.
You see a lot of Chevys in the parking lot.
Okay.
In fact, most of the cars in the parking lot are Chevys.
Easiest way to do this, I'm going to look around a little bit, walk in a circle to make sure no one's like directly around me. Assuming there isn't, I will drop the keys on the ground. I will look for the lock button and do my best to kind of paw at the lock button twice so that the car would beep if it's in the immediate area.
Give me a dex roll.
That's fair. If I subtract the 1 and the highest, I have a 2.
You mash your paw against it. Nothing beeps.
Can I try it again with, like, my teeth?
Give me a perception roll, and you can try it again with your paw or your teeth. Give me a perception roll first.
27.
Wow. You're killing these perception rolls tonight.
Yep. Not anything else but perception.
That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You see a couple of police officers walking out of their police vehicles towards the police station, not towards the Presidente supermarket and Western Union, but towards the police station, and they kind of glance your way. One of them does a double take and kind of stares at you for a minute.
Neither of them are the cop, right?
You don't recognize either of them, no.
I will sit back, raise my paw, and do this. And then go back down. And see what happens.
You got a 27 on your perception roll. You hear one of the cops point at you. You see one of the cops tap the other cop and point at you.
My response basis is based off their response.
And then one of them, the first one says to the second, I think we ought to call animal control. Do you see a collar on that dog?
I'm actually going to do this with my head. And stare at the one that said that.
I think he's got something in his teeth.
The keys are on the ground, so...
Why else would he be doing that with his head?
I'll put my paw to... I'll look at him directly and then put my paw to my head. Or... Yeah, I don't know how this works.
I think he likes you. I don't care if he likes me. He's a stray dog.
No.
They turn and start walking back towards the police station.
Alright, so I've got limited time. Alright, I'm going to give it a try with my teeth this time. See if I can get it on the button. Dex roll again?
I can't think of what else it would be.
Neither can I. Well, at least not a botch.
I mean, he'll bite, maybe.
9.
You make it.
Does do any of the cars beep?
I'll tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
If you roll and you get a 5 or a 6, you get a beep. Look, you can pick 2 numbers. Any 2 numbers you want from 1 to 6.
I'm going to choose 1 and 4.
You know what? Disregard. I've just rethought the scenario. You definitely get a beep.
Can I make a perception roll to see if I can figure out the general direction?
You heard it coming from your left. From towards the Presidente supermarket.
Okay.
I don't know why I have you facing north, but that's where you were in my mind. So
If it makes you feel any better,
instead of left or right, it's towards the Presidente supermarket.
So to the west. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to walk about 5... well, pick up the keys. Well, it's already in my mouth at this point. So walk towards the west a bit. So probably like 8 cars in or whatever. And then I'm going to do the same thing again.
You're right next to the beeping car, and it's a Chevy truck.
Chevy truck.
Yeah.
Does it have a cap on the bed?
No, there's... I'll just make something up. There's a toolbox in the bed, and a spare tire laying on the back. Well, you're not tall enough to see. You can see the toolbox. And it
I
is
mean,
a
Great
cap and a
Dane.
half.
I figured.
All right, so you see there's a spare tire lying on the bed of the truck, and 3 or 4 pieces of wood, split wood.
spare tire. So with rim, right? Fully rimmed spare tire? Okay. Is there any...
It's a little deflated, honestly, if you get a really good look at it.
Is there anything like... Gonna sound stupid, but is there anything back there that kind of is oddly shaped so that it, you know, has like a little cubby underneath, no matter how small?
The toolbox.
Okay.
The toolbox in the back of the truck. It goes from one side of the truck to the other. It's a regular tool. It's not like a hand carry toolbox. It's a truck toolbox.
Yeah. No, I understand what you mean.
And there's room under that, probably about 4 inches.
Perfect. I'm going to jump into the back of the vehicle.
Give me a strength check. Or if you have jump, which I don't think you have, give me jump.
Nope. I have climb.
Yeah, we went over that.
Yeah. Hmm, 10.
You make it.
Okay. I'm going to lay down as flat as I can. Nudge the keys under the toolbox area. And I am going to try to shrink.
Are you shrinking the keys with you, or are you releasing
Nope.
them?
That's why I nudged the keys under the toolbox area first.
All right. Roll for shrink.
Fail. And I know I'm on a time limit here. I will try again. 3, which is still a fail. One.
No, the 3 would allow you to shrink.
Oh, it would?
Yeah, very easy roll allows you to increase 1 scale level in a round. Or decrease.
Oh, I thought it was an
3 is
easy.
about average for a very easy roll.
Oh, I thought it was. I had to do easy. Oh.
Easy is for changing shape.
Ew. Okay, that works. All right. Well, once I am smaller, I'm going to just crawl underneath the toolbox, wait with the keys, and I'm going to sit there and listen, and I'm hoping he's going to try to break into his own car or have a spare set of keys he comes back with at some point. So now I am in the shade. I am underneath that. And at this point, it's going to wait until he either gets here or until I begin to feel that I need to get water of some sort.
Hours pass. I'm going to let you swallow first before I say it again, because hours are passing.
How do I feel?
I don't know, your feet.
Hmm?
You should probably go get some water and some food at some point, because you've barely eaten anything since the swamp.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking.
In fact, give me a stamina check.
That's what I was waiting for. Five.
You are incredibly hungry and thirsty.
Okay.
Did you buy food? I forget in the last
I
second.
thought I...
Yeah, you grabbed like power bars and stuff from the supermarket.
So it's really just the drink.
Was it El Presidente supermarket?
I don't know, you tell me.
No, it was not. You weren't here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to inch out from underneath the toolbox and move the keys so they're out from there as well. I'm going to grow back to normal Great Dane size with a 5. That should be successful. I will grab the keys with my teeth.
Okay.
I'm going to roll a sneak roll because I want to just kind of poke my head up a little bit to see if anyone's looking.
Give me the sneak roll.
Yep. Botch. If I subtract, I have 14.
Watch on. Wow, what a roll. No, you don't see anybody. At least nothing out of the ordinary. There are some cops in the parking lot, but they're nowhere near you.
Okay. I'm gonna hop out of the vehicle and, edge around the parking lot until I get into the Presidente parking lot.
Okay. That took like a second.
And now, not on every building, but I have seen plenty of buildings, even supermarkets, Walmarts, whatever, that have regular hose nozzles on the outside. I'm going to look around the back of the Presidente building to see if they have any.
They do not.
Fair enough. Alright, then I'm going to kind of hide in a corner, turn myself back into human form, see how long this takes. I even changed my wild die. 1. Next roll was a 2.
It's actually getting harder for you. You're so hungry.
Believe it or not, a 3. Becoming even more difficult.
It's probably going to take you about half an hour if you want to stop rolling. Or you can keep rolling and hope for, the best.
2.
Keep going. Each one of these is 5 seconds, so...
Yeah, I know, but I'm also assuming that there might be a stamina roll involved soon since I'm physically trying to transform.
You could also take an extra round and, add a die.
Another 2. I appreciate that. Yes, I will. I will take double time. Okay, well, I had a 6 on the wild die, but I just lost it, so I'll roll a different die now. Alright, so 13.
No problem for you to shift shape.
Okay.
Well, change shape. You're back to human form.
I pick up the keys with my hands now.
Don't want to keep using your mouth?
No, not as a human. And it would still be sneak, I believe, but I'm going to pretty much try to just blend in as much as possible and just... I don't want to stand out. If I was following somebody, I would still use sneak, even if it was in a wide area. So I'm assuming if I'm just trying to avoid...
It's either sneak or con, but I'll give you sneak for this.
If you want me to do con, I mean, I don't mind.
No. Sneak is fine. It's not that big of a deal, honestly.
I know, but I'm next to a police station, so I'm cognizant of it.
Con is more for disguises.
Yeah. Alright, so I have a 20.
You do not seem in any way out of the ordinary.
I'm going to go inside and buy like a 1-liter bottle of water.
You gonna get any food?
I should still have, like, granola bars in my pockets.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
I've got $24. I'm trying to, you know.
All right, so put your granola bars on your character sheet and
Oh, yeah.
subtract 1 or 2 or whatever, and they're running a special: two liters of water, 1 liters of water for $2.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna probably drink them anyways. So yeah, I'm not even gonna put them on the thingy. So I'm just gonna buy those 2 water bottles and just kind of go towards the back, or if there's a bench or something, and I'm just gonna sit there, drink the water. They're 1 liters. So that's a bit big. Yeah, I'll toss the bottles after I'm done. Kind of go to another corner. Put the keys on the ground. Try to turn back into a dog. Pretty much I'm going to go back to the car afterwards and do the same thing I did before.
If you don't get the roll, it's going to take you about 20 minutes to turn back into a dog. So this whole escapade probably took about an hour.
That's fine. I'm not going to worry with the rolls. I'll just... And then I'm going to head...
All right.
I'm going to head back to the truck.
Get back to the truck, you shrink yourself again, you're back in your position.
Mm-hmm.
Your stamina is replenished to some degree.
Okay.
A couple granola bars is not the same as a full meal, but it takes the edge off.
Yeah. And having 2 liters of water probably helped a bit too.
I would agree.
Alright. I'm going to wait.
Hours pass by.
I'm kind of assuming he went home after the night. Thinking about this as I'm shrunk under his toolbox. I'm assuming he probably went home for the night, and if he's working again, it's probably not going to be until nighttime. My thought process is at this point, hopefully he arrives early to work with another set of his keys and just checks out his car.
So it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon,
Mhm.
evening, however you want to put it, when he finally comes to his car from the police station.
Okay. Does he get in the car?
So give me a perception roll.
20.
You can hear him from a distance off, talking to another cop about how, man, that's rough, but we got through it. Don't worry about it. They can't fire you for this.
Okay, so if I can hear him from a distance off, I'm going to inch the keys over. I'm going to grow to normal Great Dane form size again. A 2. Did I grow? You said very easy, so that's why I'm asking.
Is grow and shrink easy or very easy? I gotta memorize this stuff.
I thought you had said very easy a second ago.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Okay. So then I should be...
I'll give it to you.
If you give it to me... Okay. Then, if that's the case, then I'm going to grab the keys in my teeth, hop up off the back of his car, so that my half my body is above the truck bed, holding the keys in my teeth, and just look around, see if I see him, and when I do, I'm just going to stare at him.
So their conversation breaks off. They're about... You have So let's say that his truck is parked and 1 row away from the wall with El Presidente, Presidente supermarket.
Yeah.
So his truck is there. He's at the next row, the north-south row, and he's just staring at you.
So if he's staring at me, I look at him and I jingle the keys in my teeth.
Why is there a dog in the back of your truck, and why does he have your keys? I don't know.
I'm gonna jump out of the car, wagging my tail as much as possible, slowly walk towards him. If he looks like he's too freaked out,
He's looking at you warily.
how close does he let me get?
Do you want to know what he looks like, or do you want to know how close he lets you get?
I'd like to know what he looks like, I guess. And I mean, I'd like both the answers, actually.
He's wearing his police uniform, which does not look pressed. It looks wrinkled. And he's got dark circles under his eyes. And he looks defeated. Like his whole mannerism is just kind of... he's just kind of staring at you. Why is there a dog here? He does nothing to stop you approaching him.
So, I walk up to him, I sit down, I drop the keys at his feet and go, ruff, ruff.
I think those are my keys. Whose dog is this?
I nod my head and go, ruff, ruff. I can't believe I'm doing this out loud, but...
He kind of puts his hand out towards you a little bit, like to let you sniff it.
I do.
The guy, okay.
And
And the guy next to him is like, I wouldn't trust a wild dog, man. That thing doesn't have a collar.
I lick his hand.
He looks friendly enough.
And I look at the cop that said that, and I just put my head down like...
He bends down and picks up the keys and actually looks at them. Oh, he slobbered all over these things. These are my keys. How did he get my keys?
Arf, arf.
Why don't I have my keys? He's ignoring you now, and he starts walking past him, and the other guy goes, look, you're good to drive, right? Yeah, I'm good to drive. All right, well, be safe. There's going to be more questioning tomorrow, but just get a good night's sleep. Try not to think about it. You didn't do anything wrong, okay? Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
As they walk away, I'm gonna jump in the back of his truck again. You just completely went silent.
I need to actually hold the button down for this.
Oh, okay.
Get out of the truck, you stupid dog. Get out of the truck.
I look at him and I just...
What do you mean, no? Get out of the truck. I'm not taking you home. No, I'm not. Get out of my truck. Out. What the hell am I doing?
Yes, I did a dog shrug.
I know. What am I even doing?
I have a question. Actually, no. Forget it. I'm not going to do what I was thinking. That would be a bad idea.
He just turns around and goes, I'm going to go get animal control. Starts walking back to the police station. He's not looking at you anymore. He's walking back to the police station.
I have a question.
Proceed.
You've had one before. You probably still do. Do I think that by using plastic body, I might be able to slide myself in between the Actually, no, forget it. I'm just going to shrink a size or two down and go back under the toolbox.
All right. Go ahead.
So I'm just going to try one at a time. I should have plenty of time to do so, but first size shrink, I got a 5. And second size shrink, I got another 5. So I want to be...
Wow.
I want to be really small, go under there, because I feel like they're going to, like, look, but they're looking for a Great Dane. So if I can get myself all the way in a corner as a small thing, I'm pretty good.
You're about an inch high.
Yep. And, yeah.
Okay.
Wait for
So
it to hear him come back.
it takes about 20 minutes, 25 minutes before he comes back with an animal control officer. And they walk up to the truck, and you can hear them talking back and forth. There's a dog in the back of my truck, and I couldn't get him out. I don't see a dog in the bed of your truck. I'm just check and make sure. Now, you can't see them at all. You can just hear them. And so, you hear 2 sets of footprints walk up to the side of the truck. See? Dog's gone. Dogs run off. They're stupid. I thought you loved animals. I do, but that doesn't mean I don't appreciate the fact that they're sometimes stupid. Humans are stupid. I'm not. I'm going to bed. I'm not getting into a philosophical debate with you. I'm going to drive home. Are you okay to drive? Yes, I'm fine. You want me to give you a ride home? No, I'm fine. I'm going to drive. You want me to escort you home? No, I'm fine. I'm just fine. All right. Well, have a good night. Larry. I named the guy.
Larry. Okay.
So Larry opens the door of his truck, gets in, you hear it turn on. It's making a lot of noise. And unless you give me a reason to, he's going to drive off.
Well, there's a reason I'm in the back of his truck. Drive on.
Okay. Do you want to do anything, or should I just zoom to him being at his place?
Zoom to him being at his place.
Okay. He stops and goes to the Burger King. Gets a meal. You hear the whole process of the ordering and everything. He's getting a triple whopper with bacon.
Duh.
And he drives to his house. Let's say he lives, I don't know, 20 minutes away, 20, 30 minutes away.
Okie dokie.
Let me get a look at the neighborhoods. Wow. Miami is a weird town.
Yeah.
Like, it literally goes from city to wilderness.
Yes.
Literally, city to wilderness.
Yes.
That is weird.
You're talking about how if you go, like, west, it goes from city to immediately Everglades.
Yeah, across the street.
Yeah.
That is a weird. Alright, so I don't know the neighborhoods well enough to tell you exactly where he lives, but
That's fine. You can just make up a spot. We don't really have to
Say-
use the map so much.
yeah. Wow. Yeah. So, that's a little northwest of the station.
Okay. He has like a postage stamp house type one of those places.
So he lives in the city, and it's all suburbs with houses one on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So he lives in a house that's right on top of another house somewhere, in one of the less expensive looking houses,
Fair
I'm
enough.
guessing. Relatively close to the Everglades, because, wow, stuff you see the family paintball center. Let's say you live somewhere in that neighborhood.
Okay. I'll find it eventually.
It's all right. I lost the police station. I found it. No, I didn't.
Okay, I found the family paintball center.
So he lives somewhere in that neighborhood.
Okay. Fair enough. So he's
It's almost due west of the...
yeah,
yeah.
due west of the station, right by the Everglades. Yep.
He's not too far from the Everglades, but he lives somewhere near there. I don't know why we need this kind of detail, but we do.
So we're parked.
Parked in his driveway. You see what the neighborhoods look like. The houses are right on top of each other.
Right. I'm in the process of growing. Then, as soon as he parks, I'm coming out, growing, trying to grow once. I got a 2 again.
All right, you grew once. You're about puppy size now.
And I got a 6, 7 on my second.
You can become gigantic if you really want to.
I just want to be normal Great Dane size, and I'm going to pop my head out and just go, arf, arf.
Okay, on that note, I need to take a quick break.
Understood.
Oh, good.
So, everybody.
What happens? I got back. You just got out of the car, out of the truck.
Yep.
Okay, so here's the recap.
I
He was
forgot
in
to
the truck.
record.
He forced his way into Larry McCooperson's house. McCooperson, by the way, I didn't find it in a Google search, so it's an original last name. He forced his way into the house. They wrestled. He got onto the couch. While they were wrestling, he used Stretch Body to extend his tongue, which tipped off Larry that this was a shapeshifter. Larry called the cops. He was videotaped Char transforming a few times and doing some modifications to his body. Char ended up scared him, grabbed the phone when he dropped it, and then shapeshifted, and with the phone, while he shapeshifted, it became part of his body. He turned into a German Shepherd. They had a conversation, and we'll go over the conversation in a second. Char bursts through the window on 3 attempts. He finally breaks through the living room window and gets outside and runs, and he's looking for a doghouse to hide in, which he does not find. And in the conversation, it is revealed that Larry knows who Char is. He's been in meetings all day and apparently all night, reviewing the body cam footage. They've been talking to Randy, the guy who was in the Lamborghini with them, and somehow Larry didn't confirm this, but Char assumed that they got his identity from his fingerprints from the Lamborghini. Is that everything? Did I get it all?
Yeah, that's everything.
We get any more revelations that... I don't think so.
No.
So now Char is running through the neighborhood, and that's what's going on.
All right, and I did not find...
Also, we took an inordinate amount of time studying the map of Miami to figure out where Larry McCooperson lives, and he lives near a paintball place.
Yeah. Family Paintball Center in Miami. We're not sponsored by them unless they want to.
They've got a better parking lot than the police station does.
Yeah, I know. Kind of amazing.
That's a nice paintball course, too. Look at that. Oh, well. So you're running through the neighborhood.
Yeah. I'm gonna... Bob's gonna kill me. Last time I tried to return a cop's keys. Ugh. Alright, so... if I don't hear... I'm gonna pretty much... if I can't find a doghouse, I'm gonna keep moving until I find that I can't hear any sirens anymore.
What direction are you heading?
I was thinking about that. As much as it sucks, I'm gonna probably go northeast.
All right, so you're heading northeast.
Mm-hmm. Once I can no longer hear or see...
towards Lake Imperial?
Where's Lake Imperial? Oh, yes.
Roll out.
Yep. Towards Lake Imperial. You know what? I'd probably, if I saw it, I'd probably stop by the North Trail Skate Park area, because that looks like a big field-ish area next to it.
Yeah, I see it.
And it doesn't seem to be really fenced off, so I should be able to get in there as a dog.
Trail Skate Park.
North Trail Skate.
That's like, yeah, I see it. I've zoomed in. All right. Give me a navigation roll under knowledge.
Fair enough. If I subtract, I have a 5.
You're failing a lot today. Or you're botching a lot today.
And exploding a lot.
That's true. You don't find the North Trail Skate Park. In fact, you're pretty much lost. But you're moving away from the sirens in the generally northeasterly direction.
Okay. Once I stop hearing the sirens, I'm going to try to transform back into human form.
Okay. You get far enough away, you stop hearing sirens. Go for it.
Alright, double time. And botched. On double time. Again. Botched. It's literally the exact same roll.
That's impressive.
Switching wild die. 10.
You make it.
Okay.
You're human, and the phone is on, and it's recording in your hand.
That is interesting. So...
You never said you turned it off.
No, I didn't. But now I can answer a question for myself. I'm going to stop the recording.
Alright, it wasn't just in camera mode, it was a live feed to the captain.
Can I review the camera stuff real quick anyways?
Sure.
What does it look like after I transformed? I want to rewind it to the point I transformed, and I want to see what happens. Does it just go black? Does it...
It just goes black.
Well, I'll delete the local recording. But it's a live feed, I'm assuming, to like a police server type thing. So is this a work phone? Interesting. Give me a second. Bad idea coming. Bad idea succeeds.
How has this whole night just not been a bad idea? 'Cause, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just been a bad idea. How has this whole night just not been a bad, not been a bad idea? 'Cause, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just been a bad idea. 'Cause, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just been a bad idea. 'Cause, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just been a bad idea. 'Cause, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just been a bad idea. 'Cause, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just been a bad idea. 'Cause, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just been a bad idea. 'Cause, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just been a bad idea. 'Cause, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just been a bad idea. 'Cause, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just been a bad idea. 'Cause, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just been a bad idea. 'Cause, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just been a bad idea. 'Cause, I mean, you know,
before he went live, he dialed the chief or whatever.
Okay.
Gonna redial.
All right. The chief picks up. It's kind of like this, but probably a different program besides Discord.
Oh, it's actually... Okay, so it wasn't a phone... He actually did... This was all through an app.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like FaceTime. Isn't that a thing on Apple products?
It is. And now I
Or
realize
Skype.
this was a bad idea. But that's okay.
Hello?
Hi. You already know who I am.
You are Char Pryorson.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you're looking for me and this phone right now, so I know that probably got about a minute or two before you come to the section of town I'm in. Fair enough. If it matters, I didn't do what I was originally accused of and took a plea bargain deal for. And aren't you guys worried things are going to look a little bit weird if you show a guy randomly transforming into stuff? Wouldn't it look like you guys faked it? Can't we just all kind of agree to get along and, I can clear out of town and, by sundown and all that stuff? I can continue my investigation to clear my name from outside of Miami. It would just be it would be easier in here if you give me free reign, but I figured, you're top man. Might as well go straight to the source while he was on the phone with you. But, like I said, probably only got about 30 seconds left, so if you're going to try to stall
along multiple times, and now you want us to just forget about that.
Okay, I got convicted for breaking the law, but I didn't.
You confessed.
Like I said, I didn't actually do it, and I admitted that I did kind of confess with that whole plea bargain deal, admit guilt. I get that. Smart guy. I get it. But I didn't actually do it, and I'm trying to clear my name. Agree to get along, and I promise I'll stay out of your hair and not freak out any more of your officers. One-time offer.
It's best if you just turn. If you're asking to come in, it's best for you to turn yourself in. We can reinvestigate the original situation.
Is there a pool by here?
There's a pool everywhere. I don't know. Roll a die. If you get, I don't know, a 3, there's a pool right next to you.
I got a 6.
No.
All right. I'm gonna walk for a couple of seconds, see if I can see a pool.
It's best if you work with us as opposed to against us. There's a lot of questions we need answered.
If I work with
right
you...
Right now, you are very much so a potential, an actual threat.
If I work with you, you're going to work with me from inside of a cell. Let's not kid each other's here.
I'm not kidding anyone. What you can do needs to be explained.
I can explain it. I got buried in the swamp. I'll even give you the exact coordinates. Someone stabbed me and threw me into a swamp. I'm walking as I'm looking for a pool or something.
Give me, let's finish this conversation, then you'll find a pool.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Char, seem like a reasonable fellow.
I am.
Come on down, turn yourself in, and we can start working through this process. Okay? This has never happened before. It's unprecedented. We need to figure out what is going on here.
How about this? I'll take a week. And if I see in a public announcement that Larry McCooperson has been promoted to captain within a week, then I will turn myself in. If not, then I know...
Why would he be promoted to captain?
You figure out that reason. But I'll know you take me seriously, and I will turn myself in if he is in a public ceremony promoted to captain within a week. If he is not, I'm not coming in.
Why don't you just come in? We're taking you seriously.
1 week.
We're taking this very seriously.
Yes or
and
no?
The feds are involved now. Your
5,
best bet. You can't stand against
4,
the full force of the United States government.
3,
Think about what you're doing here.
2, 1 week.
Please come in.
Captain for my friend Larry, Officer Larry McCooperson. If he's not promoted to captain, my buddy, within 1 week, I'm not coming in. Toss in the pool. Do you need me to roll a con roll on any of that?
I don't think he believes you, so
I wasn't
you're
necessarily...
welcome to try.
You know what?
You didn't threaten him or anything.
No. I wanted to make it look like I was faking that we were friends, but in a way that he might actually investigate Larry a bit more, if you know what I mean. The fake, not fake out.
Yeah.
This guy's going to actually hate me in the end.
I think you're already there.
Well, I wanted to work with him.
You may have wanted to wait a few days.
Ain't no time like the present.
That's true.
I wasn't asking him on a date. I was just trying to... Wow. Okay. What do you think I got? What do you think would be reasonable for me to get before I tell you? I just have to ask.
What did you roll? What were you trying?
I told you.
Oh, con?
Yeah. What? Just in general. What do you?
See, you got 4 dice. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 to 16 would be normal. The way you're rolling tonight, you probably got a 30.
Yeah, almost 27.
He believes you're friends with Larry McCooperson.
Which means he probably won't. He wouldn't even consider the offer anyways, but now he definitely won't.
You don't know what it means.
Yeah. I know. Because that's just the GM talking. Me, all I did was just light a firecracker. Again. In Larry's house.
What did Larry ever do to you?
I wanted to try to apologize for last night. As for what he did to me...
You probably should have led with that.
I tried to, but he kept freaking out. I was hoping he would just... I was going to try to stay there for a week as the dog. I was hoping he'd get used to me, but he kept trying to throw me out.
You wouldn't try and throw a dog out?
If it was acting that nice to me, I might lock the door that night, but probably not, no.
Alright.
If a dog was that... I would probably start looking for the owner or see if any had been reported missing, but I'd probably foster the dog. If I didn't have your cat, I'd probably foster the dog if the town would let me. That's just me.
Alright.
And taking double time. First, I'm going to shrink down to a smaller size. Got an 11. And then I'm going to take double time to turn into a Chihuahua. And I got a 6.
Alright, you are the Taco Bell dog. Go for it.
And this is going to take much longer to go, but I've mainly only been bigger dogs around them, and Chihuahua's easier to hide.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
And yeah. And we'll probably end on this, but I'm going to slowly make my way back. I keep wanting to call him Sam, but Bob's place.
Alright.
Actually, I wouldn't mind talking to Bob before we end, but...
I got time.
Okay. Let's go for it. Do I eventually get back there?
Yeah, but it's going to cost you granola bars.
I kind of figured as much. But I figured I should be able to find hoses to get water if need be.
Be much easier in the suburbs, yes. Give me a navigation roll.
Oh. With taking the botch out, I have a 4.
You're having an interesting night. It takes you another 5 hours to walk home. You get lost.
Fair enough.
It is dark out now. It's probably around, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night.
Okay. Evens or odds?
Odds.
Perfect. Okay. Even in my tired state, and I'm perfectly fine with you giving me a negative to it, I'm going to check to see, before I walk up to Bob's house, once again, I am going to be, especially as I'm coming in, but I'm going to walk beyond and then back to see if I see anybody that seems to be sitting in a vehicle or any even nondescript vans that seem to be around. Because
Give me a perception check. Search, basically.
okay. Full perception?
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fine. I'm just trying to be fair. This is important.
You're going to run out of character points.
I do this every game I'm in.
I know.
And then it becomes fun.
It's fun before that. Don't spend them all. Well, it's always fun.
When I run out, then I'm forced to stick with what I've got. 15.
There are definitely 2 vans that were not there the entire time you were living in the garage. You've never seen them before. One on either end of the street.
Okay.
Just parked. I mean, it doesn't look...
What?
If you weren't looking for vans,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't look out of the ordinary.
Are they cargo style vans so that they're like fully metal and stuff in the back so there's not windows?
Yes. They're not trucks, they're vans.
No, I know. Well, no,
Yeah.
because there are actual cargo vans where those panels are out and they have like kind of glass back there. But then there's the normal ones you see that, you know what I mean. So
Yeah, cargo versus passenger.
on either side of the street, you said I'm like kind of going in either direction.
Yeah. So one is parked on the far side, on one side of the street that he lives on, and one is parked at the other side of the street that he lives on. You've never seen these vans before. One is white and one is brown.
Okay. I'm going to... Meanwhile, all I wanted to do was just go to sleep, talk to Bob. I'm going to sneak up to the closest van I'm near.
Okay.
22. And
Okay.
once I get all the way next to it, I'm literally going to listen to see if I hear anybody inside.
Give me a perception check. How bad was the roll?
Oh, much better. I have a 20. 10 of that was on the last character point die. But I had botched originally And then I rolled a 1 on my new character point die, which was still lower than what I would have. I figured I wanted at least a 12.
You, wow. Yeah, there's people inside. They're not really talking. They're just, but you can hear them breathing.
Breathing like normal breathing, not breathing like sleeping breathing.
Normal breathing. And the whir of electronics.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Oh. All right. Well, I don't need to change my size. I just need to change my shape. So double time, changing. Yeah, double time, changing back into human form. Just very small, with a 9.
Done. About a football.
I'm gonna use the wheel to climb up and then try to get from in the wheel to underneath the vehicle. And if you want me to do a climb, I will.
Are you trying to get into the vehicle?
Not into the vehicle, just in the area underneath the vehicle, like the undercarriage area. I figured I'm too small to make the jump, but
No, you're about a foot tall, so.
oh, okay. Once I'm underneath there, if that's the case, I'm gonna.
Unless you double shrink. Did you double shrink?
I was trying.
We've been doing it 6 foot to 1 foot, 1 foot to about an inch.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 'cause 1 foot would have been Chihuahua-ish size, so yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go down to 1 inch now. After I get myself up in there, then I'm going to go down smaller.
All right.
And now that I'm that size, I'm going to roll perception, which I got I probably should have said what I was looking for first, but I got a 19. I'm looking to see if there's any gaps or anything I can use to get inside the vehicle from the outside.
Not at that size. There's some... No, that wouldn't even be... Not from underneath. It's a flat piece of... I'll tell you what.
The reason I'm asking is because it is a fleet-maintained vehicle, and sometimes they miss stuff, so if there's rust spot, slight hole, anything. But if it's not there, it's not there. But that's what I'm kind of thinking.
I'll let you do a luck roll to see if it's there. So, roll 2 dice. If you get a 5. Is that fair?
That's fair. I did not. I got a 6. So, that's fine. I didn't. Man. Why do these guys make my life so hard? I did nothing to even bring this on myself at all tonight. I made no mistakes. You know what? At this point, no, I know the feds are involved. 2 questions. Question 1. Does Bob own his speedboat, the speedboat business, or does he just work there?
He just works there.
Well, anything I do will draw attention to the fact that I was going to Bob's. It's been some hours, but these vehicles weren't there beforehand. Vehicles weren't there beforehand because I looked before and I didn't see them. They're here now, but it took me a while to get here, which means they only probably got here within the last, we'll say, 3 hours, because it probably took a bit to mobilize them. They're waiting for me to come back. They probably have wiretaps, and they probably have directional microphones, but they shouldn't have anything inside the house. Alright. In my 1-inch size, I'm going to walk the mile to Bob's house. Because I'm so short. And I'm going to try to get into Bob's house. Can I think? I'm trying to think. I'm assuming Bob doesn't actually have a dog.
We didn't say anything about him having a dog.
Right. And I figured that would have come up beforehand when I turned into a dog. Or when I came in the house that time. So, Bob doesn't have a dog, so no dog door. And Bob wouldn't have a dog door even if he did. Well, I'm going to try to go around towards the back. And can I shrink below an inch?
Yes.
I am going to try to climb up on a window. Shrink down more to ant/insect size. Double time. 6.
Well, first you got to get up to the window, so give me a climb.
Climb first, right. I'm thinking it was really good I improved climb.
Probably. Depends on how you roll, though.
9. I mean,
It takes you a while. This is quite a climb for somebody who's only 1 inch tall to climb up. How high is the average window height? About 4 feet off the ground, 3.5 feet off the ground.
that sounds about right.
Say 36 to 42 inches, 48 inches on the outside. So climbing 36 to 48 times your own height.
Yeah.
It's going to take you a while.
I'm just glad my guy does not have a fear of heights like I actually do.
All right, so you get up to the windowsill.
Yep. Shrink down to ant size.
Roll it.
Okay, I'll roll it again. 7.
I just want to double check. Very easy roll. Okay, you're down to ant size.
Now I'm going to see. I'm hoping I should be able to slip in and under the window. I've seen other bugs do it.
Give me a security roll. I think that's probably the closest.
That's fair.
Unless you can think of something that's a better skill check.
Not really, no. Well, that's a fail.
You're rolling 3D. What did you get?
Counting the botch and the removal?
Yeah.
A 1.
Yeah, that's a fail. Wild die really goes one way or the other.
Do you know how many wild dies I've switched tonight?
6.
3 to 4. I'm rotating. I'm sitting there, looking again. I'll try again from like another corner or work all underneath. Yeah, I don't know what else I would use. I'm pretty much trying to just get myself small enough that I can move, but not small enough that I can get in there, but can't actually get up there. Because I'm assuming like vinyl around the edges of the windows and stuff, which is slippery.
Give me another security roll. Each one of these takes about 15 minutes. You want to take double time on it to add a die, or you're taking half an hour?
I'm taking double time to add a die.
Okay. You're approaching midnight.
I'll take that. 13.
You get it. The house is quiet. You're assuming everyone is asleep.
I know what I'm going to do. Bob's going to kill me. So I'm going to...
Maybe if he steps on you.
I'm going to move up a size.
1 inch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, actually it was up to 5 wild die. I lost one earlier. Fail. Okay. Double time again. 8. So I'm
Okay.
And I'm going to go towards Bob's room. Is the door... I'm an inch high. Even if the door is closed, I should be able to slide underneath.
Fair enough.
I'm assuming Bob and Lee are sleeping.
Tell you what, roll 2 dice. If it's a 5, I guess, again, that seems like a good roll. They're not... It is a 5? Oh, they're awake.
Oh, good.
But it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Probably don't want to be there for this.
I was hoping you wouldn't go here. I'm just going to slide back underneath the door.
Probably a good move.
1 second. Giving myself an idea. I think so. 1 inch high. I'm hoping this will work enough. I'm going to stand towards the edge of the door so no one should step on me. And I am going to, just because I need the extra strength to make noise, I'm going to coil punch to knock on the door. Because I figure...
Alright, go for it.
Yeah. That just... Finding this stuff is difficult sometimes.
No, the same section.
Oh wait, no, you only...
You just add your plastic body skill to their strength when
for
rolling for
damage. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay. I'm not actually trying to damage the door, but I'm using the extra strength to make sure they hear it. What do I roll? Just brawling?
What's your strength? 3D?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you hit. So yeah, it would be brawling, but...
Yeah.
So yeah, 4D. You don't add 4D, you roll 4D.
Okay, I mean, I'm not trying to damage the door, but I guess I'll roll it anyways.
Yeah, well, you're 2 scale sizes down.
True.
So you're at -4D.
Uh,
Well, you're not, actually.
I wasn't
Your
sure.
door modifier is +4D.
Yeah, you don't use Ant-Man rules. So, 14 damage.
But hear a knock. It sounds like a normal knock, like a, you know. I don't know if that came across or not.
Yeah, that was actually what I was testing. I'm like, if I tap with my finger, I figured that would be the equivalent of coil punch. All right, so I'm just going to stand outside the door and wait.
Go to bed.
"12." Did it again.
Daddy's getting up. Comes and he opens the door and looks around. Oh, I'm gonna kill those kids.
1 second. Like I said, bad idea night. I don't know if he can hear me from this size, but I'm going to give it a shot. Since my vocal cords are this size and I'm not shifted. "Hey, Daddy."
It's a bad idea. He freaks out. He jumps back,
"It's me!"
looks around.
"Quiet! They're outside."
What the?
I may have made a couple of bad decisions tonight. Which is a direct...
Who's outside?
Either Miami-Dade police, FBI, CIA, on either side of the road. You said you wanted to talk. I'm 100% positive they didn't see me in here, but I figured tonight would be the only chance before they tried to bug inside the house. So I figured just the two of us, maybe Lee, if she's listening right now, which she probably is. Hi, Lee. But I'm assuming they were very quiet, so I'm assuming at least directional microphones outside. Probably your phones are tapped. It's been about 5 hours since I made my last mistake, so that gave them enough time to put people in position.
What did you do?
Long version or short version? Short version
Long
is...
version.
I'm going to say short version is I tried to make a friend. Long version is that friend is a cop and he called the cops on me, and he's the same cop that I ran into last night, and he apparently knew who I was and that I had superpowers before you
How
did.
did he know all that?
Do you want the long answer or the short?
Tell me what happened, Char. Stop this. Just tell me what happened.
I shape changed in front of him multiple times, not thinking about the body camera recording me, because I didn't think the body camera would have caught much of anything. Because body cameras are on the chest, I was in his hands, and even if they couldn't have caught much, but they caught at least some shifts, and I'm assuming that, like I said before, the whole fingerprints on the steering wheel might be what had got me caught. But anyways, not knowing he would put together a Scooby-Doo showing up in the back of his car with his keys. Oh yeah, I stole his keys last night.
Why?
Well, at the time I was trying to keep him from driving away, but they were apparently his personal keys, not his cop car keys. And then I decided I could find him by going to the police station and finding his car, waiting there, and hope he'd take a stray dog in. Newsflash, he didn't. He tried to wrestle me out the door, and then I did something which gave me away, and then he called the chief of police, and there was a whole live stream thing going on with the cop and a FaceTime conversation. And anyways, I came from West Miami and had to trek back here as a Chihuahua, where I turned into a 1-inch size version of me and found the cars on either end listening to you, and then I snuck into your house at a size that, unless they're using a telescope specifically on that spot, they wouldn't have seen me come in. I'm not really that good at the spy stuff.
I think I'm picking up on that. Yeah. I think I need coffee.
Yeah, I think I should stay no bigger than this.
Get some sleep, and we'll figure this out in the morning.
I will, and I will get some sleep, but 2 questions. One,
Sure.
can you pour me a shot glass of water?
Sure.
And maybe get me something out of the fridge? Or like a bite of cereal?
What do you want, a grape?
A grape or just a piece of Chex? I figure at this size.
Yeah. Follow. Yeah, it's not going to work. Come here.
Thank you.
He carries you to the kitchen. He gets you a bit of food and a little bit of water.
Hey, I guess the way you carried me, I'm your right-hand man.
I'm going to hurt you. Remind me tomorrow to hurt you.
Yeah, I figure I might need to go with you to work so I can escape from there.
I don't even want to think about that right now.
You get some sleep.
You too.
And
You can get around somewhere so you can go sleep where the kids won't find you.
yeah, I will. I'll find like a corner.
In fact, let's just move you into the garage right now with your food and your drink and your tiny, tiny body.
That sounds fair.
I don't need anyone else freaking out about this.
Did Lee catch that conversation?
You don't know.
I'm asking him.
Oh.
Because he had the door
I
open
don't know.
when he first started talking to me, but she didn't come out.
I don't know. This might be too much for her.
If she didn't catch it, yeah. Just tell her I moved out. Because I will be moving out. Because I don't want to bring any undue hardship more than I already have on you guys.
I appreciate that.
And I would say if
The
you tell
feds
her...
now.
Feds of some type. That's what the chief of police told me when I talked to him on FaceTime.
You sure you're not an alien?
Larry seemed to think I was.
That's fair.
I need to send him a fruit basket. Alright, you have a good night.
Good night, Char. Only you could get into a situation like this.
I may have overcompensated with the abilities that I gained and have only really been able to turn into human form for 24 hours.
Get some sleep. Good night, Char.
Good night. And on that note, that's probably a good spot to end it at.
Yeah. Only now I'm too tired to take notes. 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Alright, well, we thank everybody for joining us again. As opposed to last
Thank
time
you.
when I just cut out, we'll say good. Have a wonderful day. And this episode is probably going to be in like 2 to 3 parts when it's finally
This
released.
episode was sponsored by nobody.
Nobody.
If you'd like to sponsor us,
Yes, if you'd
Leave
like to
a comment.
sponsor us, please send us a message through normal YouTube-ish means, but I feel like no one's going to want to sponsor us. At least not yet. Maybe later. We'll see. Bye, all.